Breaking this morning, civil rights icon Reverend Jesse Jackson has died at the age of 84. It's time for the Streamline, everything you need to know today in 10 minutes or less. Jackson's nonprofit organization, the Rainbow Push Coalition, announced he died peacefully alongside his family this morning. Jackson had been struggling with a rare brain disease, hospitalized for progressive supranuclear palsy back in November. He also announced he had Parkinson's disease back in 2017. He began his career as a protege of Dr. Martin Luther King, and Jackson quickly became a prominent civil rights leader, taking the helm after King's assassination back in 1968. Jackson also ran for president under the Democratic ticket back in 1984 and 88. During his first run for president, he visited San Diego and rallied at the border with hundreds of his supporters. His organization announced public observances for Jackson will be held in Chicago. Authorities have cleared Nancy Guthrie's family members as possible suspects in her disappearance. Investigators are now focused on DNA from a glove recovered near Guthrie's home. It's being examined at a private lab in Florida. The glove is one of 16 picked up during roadside searches. Now, authorities believe most belong to investigators combing the area and threw them on the ground. The DNA sample is still undergoing quality control tests before the FBI can run it through its database.
Well, if it's not in the DNA database, what that means is that more than likely this person has never been convicted of a violent felony. So CODIS is primarily containing the DNA of people that have been convicted.
Investigators are also looking into whether DNA recovered on the property matches the glove. That DNA doesn't belong to Nancy or her family. Those testing results could be back within days.
The Department of Justice says it will not release any more Epstein files, but the fallout continues. Hyatt's executive chairman, billionaire Tom Pritzker, is the latest high-profile person to step down because of his ties to the convicted sex offender. Documents show Pritzker stayed in contact with Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein pleaded guilty to sex crimes in 2008. Some other notable resignations include Kathy Rumler, a top lawyer at Goldman Sachs, and Casey Wasserman, the LA executive named chair of the 2028 Olympics. He's announced he is selling his talent agency. Later this month, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and her husband, former President Bill Clinton, will testify in front of Congress about their relationship with Epstein. That testimony will not be open to the public. A series of storms is drenching San Diego this week. It's already been causing issues at the airport, where nearly an inch fell on Monday. There were more than 250 flights delayed and 3 flights canceled. Already for Tuesday, 26 flights in and out of the airport have been delayed this morning.
Well, learning you have a bad roof during a storm like this can quickly become a disaster. I have been in that exact spot, and it's not fun at all. ABC 10 News reporter Ryan Hill went to a North County roofer for some basic things you can do to keep your roof in good shape.
It's really coming down here.
Rain is covering Carlsbad on Monday afternoon.
It's obviously too late today because the rain is coming down, but as I'm looking around this neighborhood, I can see a lot of issues with the roof.
Martin Carr is the owner of Roof Max of Carlsbad. He says your roof work needs to get done before the rain rolls in.
You know, ahead of any winter rainstorm or at any point in time, you should be maintaining your roof. You know, maintenance is important for anywhere in the home, but particularly for the roof. So it's stable, it's showing up. If anything goes wrong with your roof, it damages everything internally. And remember, a leak can take 2 years to show in your roof, in your house.
Carr tells me it's not only important to check your roof before a storm, but also what's attached to it.
Number one, look in your gutters, make sure they're clear. But if the water backs up, that can then cause a flood in the gutter and back up into the actual roof and go underneath the roof as well. So that could be the main issue, is that if the gutters aren't draining, that water means it's going to pool.
But the rain is here, and if you are dealing with problems with leaks or any other roof problems, Carr says call a pro.
There's plenty of roofing companies that will come out and put a tarp over your roof and stop that.
Don't get up there yourself. Carr also says you need to do your homework on what kind of work needs to be done on your home.
Roofing companies, most of them are very reputable and have good integrity, but I have heard some horror stories where particularly senior citizens, you know, they have a leak and the roofers automatically tell them they need a new roof.
And if you do need the work, he says to ask around for bids.
And rather than spend $20,000 or $30,000 on a roof, make sure you get 3 or 4 roofers out there to at least be able to give you the right advice on what you need to do with the roof.
Ryan Hill, ABC 10 News.
Well, watch out for any water on the roads this morning. It can be hard to judge just how deep a puddle is, and that water can flood your engine in an instant, leaving you stranded.
Yeah, water rescues don't happen here often, but CAL FIRE is ready to respond at a moment's notice. They have dry suits, ropes to pull you to safety, strobe lights, and an inflatable boat all loaded up and ready to go in their truck.
CAL FIRE tells ABC 10 News that these operations are all hands on deck with other partner agencies across the county. And if you ever get caught in floodwaters, they say the best thing to do is try to stay put and call 911.
Stay in that car as long as it's safe to do so. If you need to, get on the car's roof, but that's going to be the safest point for you to be able to be rescued by our firefighters.
That was CAL FIRE Captain Mike Cornett. He says it's important to listen to the dispatchers and the firefighters during these rescues.
There's a growing trend when it comes to affordable housing in San Diego as more companies look to buy hotels and transform them into apartments.
The concept isn't new. It's something state, county, and city leaders have been doing to create more housing. But the biggest difference, their efforts are subsidized through government funding. For companies like Ambient Communities, they're looking to offer a different type of housing and fill a void in this particular area. For years, they've been working to transform the Consulate Hotel, which was built in the 1970s and sat vacant for years, into the Celeste Point Loma Apartments, which will offer 127 units. Robert Honer is a principal for Ambient Communities. He says in an area that doesn't have a lot of new housing, this offers potential residents brand new apartments and upgraded amenities at the market rental rate.
If you're going to graduate school, if you get your first job, this is just a community that people like to live in. And for me, the only way we could afford it was we put a bunch of kids in a single family home and did it that way. So this is another alternative to that.
Robert says because they don't need to build from the ground up, they were able to cut down on construction costs, in turn keeping costs lower for renters. Rooms are the same size, now converted into studios and one-bedroom apartments, and added amenities like a washer, dryer, dishwasher, and microwave. Plus, they've included different community areas with the lounge area, outside barbecue area, and resident kitchen.
The reality of these units is the square footage of the units is relatively small. So we wanted to create larger spaces for people to spend time together because there's not a lot of room in the actual units themselves for people to host larger gatherings.
According to rentcafe.com, rentals in Point Loma fall between $2,500 to $3,000 a month. At the Celeste Point Loma Apartments, the cost of rent starts in the low 2000s range, possibly saving potential renters a few $100s. They will also offer 4 apartments that are income restricted. If applicants meet the restrictions, their rent will be between $1,447 a month and $1,550 a month. The property is now taking applications. It is scheduled to open next month. Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
Oscar-winning actor Robert Duvall has died. He's considered one of the greatest actors of his generation. Duvall was best known for films such as The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. He was born right here in San Diego back in 1931. His father was a Navy officer. His wife says he passed away peacefully at home in Virginia on Sunday. His career spanned 6 decades. Duvall was 95 years old. And that's your ABC 10 News Streamline. Everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes.